Hello, my people. Thank you so much for joining me again in this live section. To be honest, what this Northern man said here is nothing but the truth. Nigeria is going to divide. Many people have already started seeing it that this country is going to divide because of the way things are going on in this country. Yes, because of the way things are going on in this country. To be honest, because of the killings going on in this country would have divided a very long time. But the people in power are the ones holding it because they know that they still want this so-called one Nigeria. That is why you see they don't want to actually that's why they're still holding the war because things that are going on in this country day by day is enough to even start war in this country, is enough to start war in Nigeria. But the people in power are still holding Nigeria together, so they don't want war to actually start because they are still benefiting from this so-called one Nigeria. Just like Mazen Namdekal will tell you, even if they try to bring him out unconditionally or conditionally, he is still going to make sure that Igbos divide. That's why he said, I don't. If you see, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not even interested in them bringing him out conditionally or unconditional, because he knows that even if they bring him out today, no matter what they do, he's still going to make sure that Igbos go on their own. So the Nigerian government have already seen that, oh, what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is even fighting for is Igbos going on their own way. That's the reason why you see they don't want to release him so easily, because they know that once he's out, Igbo will definitely divide from this country. Igbo will definitely go on their own way. So that's the reason why you see they're still keeping him in continuous detention. But if looking at Masanam Dikalu's court case, the last court case is that you find out that he won that court case. To be honest, he won it because the judges had to even file a no submission case, because they already know that all the whole witnesses that are coming to court on the federal government side are not bringing full evidence. Just like they say, you allege against someone but you don't have evidence against it. That is why immediately the defense team of Kanu filed a no submission case. I want you guys to listen to what Simon K, this man is a Nottingham man, what he has to say concerning Nigeria, saying Nigeria is going to divide. And every prophecy that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been saying is now coming to pass day by day. We are seeing it. Like Nigeria is, you see, Nigeria, just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria is a zoo, just like you tell you, because the people living in Nigeria are acting like animals, to be honest. Imagine a white man, I think he's a Britain man. He came out and was telling us that in Nigeria they reached the election. So those people were actually aware that, oh, election was reached in Nigeria. They all know what is happening. All the whole foreigners are seeing what is going on in Nigeria. So let us actually take a look at what Simon K have to say. Just take a listen to what Simon K said about Nigeria,
Let's
and
tell
I'll be
ourselves
right
the
back.
truth now, at least for once. See, I'm going to speak and a lot of people will think I'm speaking like a Biafrano, but no, I want us to reason like analytical human beings. The fact is, the division of Nigeria with all the indications on ground so far is inevitable. The division of Nigeria is inevitable without implementing the regional system of government. Okay, let's look at the indicators. Number one, the fact is, the issue of national insecurity at the moment happens to be majorly a northern problem, right? You quite agree with me on that. And in that regards now, any government of the day, any president at the moment that is not of the northern descent or northern origin that tries to fix that, if he's hoping to come for a second tenure, I bet you he can succeed in that. You quite agree with me, right? And this is what I mean by that. Okay. In addressing, considering bringing into view now what happened recently in Benue, just the normal issue of farmers herders clashes, as they call it, right? Okay. In fixing this kind of situations, now forget about the deployment of military, police, whatever, the president coming to visit. You quite agree with me that that doesn't solve anything and is not going to solve anything. The only thing that will solve that to some certain extent is we having a situation where there is ranches established for herders, right? That is to say, the headers must be in tune with changing times. Because you quite agree with me, there's no developed country you go to in this world today that you'll find a situation where animals wander all around. There is none. You can never find any developed country of that nature. But in so doing now, if the president of the day tries to enforce that, it's going to be rejected by the northerners to some certain extent, evidently clear even in the past, right? Considering the fact that these people are citizens or whatever, they are nomadic in nature, right? That has always been the conversation. They are nomadic in nature. So they move from places to places. And the fact is, I don't know where we're actually getting this. Okay, if you say you are nomadic in nature, how do you expect the government to account for you? Have you ever seen a country where you have citizens being nomadic in nature and the government can account for them and make budget for? So you see, the fact is, the headers must be in tune with changing times, but they are not ready for that. And even the politicians are not ready to have that conversation. Let's look at the issue of dialogue. We need to preach dialogue. We need to be accommodating. There's enough to share, according to Tinubu. But looking at it, you quite agree with me that as far as this life, this nature is concerned now, people have metamorphosized over time, which is the fact that people no more just live because they want to embrace each other in love and peace and harmony. There are two things that guide and regulate the conduct of humanity. One, adequate enforcement of the law. Even in developed countries. That is to say, you know that when you do this, this will happen. You must reap for it. You will go in for it. That makes people behave to some certain extent. Another thing that guides people's conduct is the fact that they must be subordinate and superior. Right? That is to say, in anywhere I live for there to be peace, is either they must be, you are the senior, I am the junior. So you know that when you try me, I will finish you, and me that knows that you are more powerful than me, I will not try you. Those are the things that keeps people in check. But if you think that we're going to sit down and be, in as much as we desire one Nigeria, we want to preach and we want to be all accommodating, we believe we're stronger together, but it's not the preaching of peace and love or whatever that keeps people together. These two indications are what keeps people together. And you quite agree with me to some certain extent, the two is missing. There is no adequate enforcement of laws. We are under-policed. Even the armed forces is overwhelmed, and a lot of other things. So what will keep people in check? So what we are fighting for at the moment is a situation where who is more powerful? Is it me, the Fulani man? Is it me, the Yoruba man? Is it me, the Igbo man? Or is it me, the Hausa man? The fact is, that must be sorted out. When it's sorted out, now everybody will know his position and people now will just decide to keep quiet and whatever. Looking at it, when you now introduce our religious extremism in all aspects as well, that is evident in the country. You have a lot of radical Muslims, radical Christians. We're not ready to tolerate each other. The only thing that will make us tolerate each other, let's tell ourselves the truth, is the full implementation of the law and the adequate protection of the vulnerable. That is just it. And all these things are missing. So how do you tell me we are not going to divide? And the fact is, looking at it now, Tinubu will not dare go that way. Right? Because by the time he tries to introduce that, okay, there must be establishment of ranches to curtail the free movement of the Fulanis, you quite agree with me that he is going to lose a lot of... the fact is he's already losing at the same time as far as the North is concerned at the moment. And that is what will bring the division closer in that regards. In the sense that Tinubu doesn't look like somebody that is ready to let go of the fact that this 8 years is his birthright. And at the same time, the Northerners are not ready to give it to him. So when you have a clash of the titans, that is what I refer to this 2027. Forget about this defection. clash of the titans is going to definitely give birth to something. So, with all these indications on ground, my brother, the issue of one Nigeria, we are going to get better, will remain nothing but a delusion, seriously. We're going to talk more in this regard. I will drop more in this regard.
So, guys, you guys listen to what this Nottingham man Simon K have to say concerning this issue. Like this thing that people are hoping that Nigeria is going to get better, or we're going to still be one Nigeria. It's not going to work in Nigeria again. The Nigeria you're seeing now is already scattered. The only thing remaining now is for them to just divide Nigeria. The only thing remaining now, just like they said that freedom, Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for freedom for the Igbos. So the only thing they said that they don't take freedom. They don't give freedom. Freedom is taken by force. So the only thing that this country needs now is to take freedom by force. And looking at the kind of insecurity going on in Nigeria, it's just as if it's war that they want. It's war that Nigerians want. Kind of insecurity. Like this will massacre thousands of people without conscience. Not only that, they'll just massacre and still want to take over your community. Total strangers. Just like Nnamdi Kanu will tell you that the Fulani people are total strangers who are coming into your land to take over your land. And the worst part of it is that the people in power still weaponize them. And they come in to take over Nigeria. And every prophecy that Nnamdi Kanu has been saying for a very long time to today, Nnamdi Kanu has been saying his prophecies for a very long time. Now, all those his prophecies are still coming to pass one by one. We are now seeing it. It's happening in Nigeria. He talked about Fulani, and yes, Fulani people are now attacking us. He talked about Fulani attacking Benue State. Now, that is what is currently happening now. And this is the same person that, like, many Nigerians were saying, oh, this man doesn't know what he's saying. Oh, this is an Igbo man. Now, today they are testifying that, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet sent by God. Yeah, many people are now testifying about it. I want you guys to just listen to what this white man have to say. I think this is a Britain man. What he has to say, saying that Nigeria, that when he was in Nigeria, he found out that they reached the election. He said he came to Nigeria to work, and he found out they reached the election. Then they still confessing how they reached the election in Nigeria. And that thing that is happening is still happening to today. And I ask myself, when is revolution going to start in Nigeria? Every day people are saying, we hope for a better Nigeria. We hope for a better Nigeria. When is the better Nigeria going to come? When? Do you think the better Nigeria is going to come like that, with us folding our arms and watching the people in power take us as slaves? The better Nigeria needs to start now. Just listen to what this man have to say about what is going on in Nigeria. What this white man, what is going on in Nigeria, and I'll be right back. Just take a look at this video.
The Europeans, not stupid. We are watching what's going on in Nigeria, and we too are beginning to feel there's something not quite right here, that maybe the elections are not going to be as straightforward as they're meant to be. Nigeria was being described as the showcase of democracy, and it was expected that the nationalist leaders would win through. But actually, when the election results were announced by the Governor-General, before the vote was even in, didn't count for that. He didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British were counting the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. Loyalty is the big thing for the British, and we were friends with the emirs of the north. We looked on people like Inaharo and Awolowo as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years.
Today's report examines a chilling confession that may change how we view Nigeria's independence forever. Former British colonial officer Harold Smith made a stunning revelation. He was recruited by the British government and sent to Nigeria with a mission, not to observe democracy, but to sabotage it. According to Smith, Nigeria's first democratic election was never intended to be fair. It was rigged before the ballots were even cast.
Mr. Smith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4,
Yes.
titled Document,
Yes.
and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson.
Yes.
You are alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct?
Yes.
How long were you in Nigeria for?
From 1955 to 1960. And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics and international reports, and was kept pretty busy. I was also stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well, and I also devised a port labour scheme and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme. As I say, it was called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book.
I was going to ask you what your role is. You've mentioned three important. Is there any particular name given to your office while you were there?
Just labour officer.
I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant.
Okay.
I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for 2 tours of duty. Although, because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my 2 tours. And I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets. I learned, and the Governor-General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria. Even in '56, the Northern leaders were very proud and were saying, if they couldn't run Nigeria, never mind elections, they might not join Nigeria. And we all thought, well, how would they survive? There were no industries, there's not a great deal of agriculture, some groundnuts in the north. This wasn't very practical at all. And then it was, the Governor-General seemed to be thinking that the North couldn't, even if it won an election, rule Nigeria by itself. The South wouldn't stand for that. So there had to be a partner, either the Igbos in the east or the Yoruba in the west, to team up with the North. What he didn't want was for the 2 southern parties, the Igbo and the Yoruba, to team up to form the government, because he believed the North wouldn't tolerate that and talked about leaving the Federation. So as I learned, in a small way at first, but very rapidly I learned about the election fixing, and as I say, this was confirmed to me by the Governor-General. He actually said that he wanted me to know the truth because he wanted me to know how much trouble I was in.
You mentioned statistics, you were collecting figures. Yes. Is that for labor and unemployed people only or general?
Primarily, but obviously my interest was in the population
of Nigeria.
Yes, and Awolowo, the Yoruba leader of the action group, yep, and Chief Enaharo, they too, other people were saying, where are all these millions of people in the north? Where are they? We're going up there to campaign. We want to know, you know. And you see all these, you know, thousands of miles of not very developed countryside, and yet the northerners are claiming that their voting registration figures are larger than in the south, larger, far more people up there. Well, actually, if you went through the Igbo land, Enugu and that, you saw lots and lots of people. If you went to Ibadan, Ibadan teeming, with millions of people. But we didn't actually see many northerners, and obviously not many northerners at that time came to Lagos. So this did arouse suspicion. Now,
what does this mean for Africa's most populous nation? If the foundation of Nigeria's democracy was deliberately corrupted, can we still call what followed a legitimate system? Have we been building a nation on a lie told before we ever had the chance to speak for ourselves? Smith's confession goes further. He claims the election was rigged specifically to favor the North, not out of justice or merit, but out of strategic colonial design. The idea wasn't to create balance, it was to preserve control. By propping up one region, the British ensured dependency, division, and internal conflict.
They did do a deal with Dr. Azikiwe, from the East. Dr. Azikiwe, there was this big problem in Nigeria. It's the same big problem in America and in Britain. How do you get funds to fight elections? The candidates in Nigeria had no money, but they did have marketing boards, which were a kind of semi-nationalized industry. And they borrowed money from the marketing boards. But there was a suspicion that Dr. Azikiwe, who had formed his own bank, the African Continental Bank, was actually bankrupt. But he was borrowing very large sums of money from the marketing boards and not necessarily repaying the loans. We knew this. We had a great secret service. All the politicians' phones were tapped. All the politicians' mail was opened.
So, my people, you guys have listened to what this British man said. Now, the worst part of it is that he's coming out to tell us what happened, that the way they reached the elections. And I'm beginning to wonder, why is it all these people are coming out now to confess what happened those times? They are coming out to confess what happened those days. Gowon has come out to say his own, and literally saying that he liked Igbos, that he just did all those things to bring unity in Nigeria. And the Nigeria we're talking about is Nigeria now that there are so much crisis in it. Same Nigeria now that has lost thousands of people recently. Just last week, that lost thousands of people. Now this British man is coming out to say had reached the election, so they all know the truth. How come they didn't tell us the truth all those while? I don't know if the British are also in support of what is going on in Nigeria. They all know the truth. They can come out and tell us, this is what happened. They reached the election. Tell us so that we'll know the people who are causing problem in this country. They didn't tell us. Now all of a sudden they're coming out one by one to tell us, this is what happened. This is what happened. So sad. You see the reason why they said this northern man said Nigeria is going to divide, because they found out that you see this country, the only people who are getting things in this country are the people in power. That's the leaders, the president, the people who have better positions in this. That the only people that are gaining something in this. But you see, for other people, the citizens, they're not gaining anything in it. We're not. Let me say, our lives are even at risk in this country. Our lives are at risk because the government don't care about us. They don't care about what is going on, because the violence or the thing is not coming to their doorstep, so they don't care about us. And everything that Nnamdi Kanu has been seeing for a very long time is what is currently going on in Nigeria today. We are seeing it with our eyes, and it is happening. It is happening. He warned us about this terrorism, but we didn't listen. Take a look at Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast where he was talking about Fulani terrorists, but Nigerians never listened. Guys, just take a look at this.
They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, They tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason you.
So you guys have seen what Nnamdi Kanu said concerning Fulani terrorists, just like he has been warning us about them for a very long time. Even when he was like saying that these people want to take over Nigeria, we should be careful with them. We should avoid them. But still, Buhari still opened borders for them and they came into our land. And now what is this thing about this anti-grazing? They're supposed to even implement a law against this anti-grazing. These people cannot just be carrying their cows and be entering people's community, causing havoc. You're in someone else's community, you know their practice, you know their culture, but still you go against their culture and you still expect them to be happy with you. The Fulani people are against our cultures. They come into our land, you know that, okay, we don't do this. They still want to prove that because they feel that they have weapons. So I ask myself, who even authorized these people to be using weapons in Nigeria? Who is giving them the weapons that they are using? They know that, oh, these people are carrying weapons, but the government is not saying anything about it. Just like a video I saw online where this Fulani man was saying that the government are the ones giving us weapons. So he said it, that the government are the ones giving them weapons, that they don't used to get weapons. It's only the government that gives them weapons that they use. The same thing that everybody, Nnamdi Kanu has been warning us for a very long time. Now look at Nigeria. Nigeria is falling. In fact, there's no leader. I don't feel that there's no that leader now that can be able to mend Nigeria again, if not Nnamdi Kanu. To be honest, God sent us a prophet to us, but people are now looking down on him. They don't understand why God really sent Nnamdi Kanu to us. They don't understand. If you listen to Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast, you understand what this man is trying to say. If you listen to all his broadcasts and you check Nigeria now, you find that everything he said in his broadcast then is what is going on in Nigeria now. Just take a listen.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulani have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulani to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who's going to drive them away from there? It's not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people are in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge.
You guys have heard what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that these people, they'll just go into your community and you'll be asking, what are they doing in your community? Like, what is even their mission? Some people will just come carrying their cows and be going different places. And you'll be asking yourself, what is even going on? You don't know that these people are being weaponized to come and cause war in Nigeria. Because for the fact that you come into people's community, you burn their houses, you attack them, you make mothers widows, it shows that, oh, you want war to start. Because this is what caused the Biafran War. Exactly what caused the Biafran War. Because the Gowon started ordering the killings of the Igbos, before you know it, the Biafran War started. So what is happening in Nigeria now is what caused the Biafran War, which means that them burning people's houses they're all trying to tell us that they want the war to start. That's what they're trying to tell us. They're trying to tell us that, oh, we want the war to start. And you see, I think it's time for them to impose this law. There was a time that they brought this law in the House of Senate where they were saying, oh, let them impose a law so that these Fulani herders will not be carrying their cows and be going to people's community. If they want to rear their cows, let them go to their own community and rear their cows. But that law was never approved. I don't know why. Why it was not approved. I don't even know why. I don't know if I would say the Nigerian government are even supporting themselves. Like they are the ones even giving them the hand to be doing this thing. Because these people will buy people finish. There's no, you can never hear the this funny person buy this person. Oh, let's catch them. Oh, we caught one. Okay, this one now is in the jail. This one is in jail. This one is in prison. Oh, this one is under we've detained him for buying somebody. You can never hear it in Nigeria. These people will cause problem and they will run away and you will never catch them. And I don't know if the Nigerian government are supporting them. Because let's take for instance, it was not a Fulani man that did that thing now, or it was not a Fulani man that caused the attack in Benue State. Let me see, it was maybe an Igbo person that caused the attack in Benue State. I'm telling you guys by now, armies will start picking young youths in Igbo land and start arresting them because of the attack that happened in Benue State. But because it was a Fulani man, everybody kept quiet. Everybody closed their mouth. I don't know if I will say the Nigerian government are even afraid of these Fulani herders. Yes, it's looking as if they're afraid of them. That's why I told you guys, the only person who those people are afraid of is Nnamdi Kanu. You see, this Fulani herders and all these terrorists, they are afraid of Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only person they are afraid of. I want you guys to just listen to what this young man said about Nnamdi Kanu, and I'll be right back. Just like everything I've been telling you guys, Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet, so a savior that God sent to us on earth to help liberate Nigeria. But many Nigerians don't understand that aspect. Guys, just take a look and I'll be right back.
Character Republic. All throughout last night, I was thinking about quitting in all the struggle that we are struggling to make this country a better place. I was thinking, should we really be fighting, or is this just prophecy coming to pass? This man on the screen going to give you a list of things that he has said in this country that has come to pass. I am so scared because there is one thing that this man said about Tinubu, which is number 7. Number 1, this man said that Fulani will conquer the Hausa territory. Today, Fulani has conquered the Hausa territory. I do stay in Kaduna State. The other day, my mom called me on the phone. She said that they are planning to have a riot between Fulani and the Hausa people. I told her it's not going to be possible. In Kaduna State, I don't think that my Hausa brothers, my Arab brothers can fight Fulani. If they fight Fulani, it's going to be bloody. Prophecy coming to pass. Number 2, this man said that after Hausa is conquered, the next target is going to be Yoruba. And my Yoruba brothers, everybody tribalistic, they won't pay attention now. What is happening in Yoruba land today? Yoruba land is very, very scared of their ground because Fulani is threatening them in their ground. And if they mess up, it's going to be bloody. Prophecy coming to pass. This man said that his Igbo brothers has no hand in that plot, in that coup that led to the civil war. Now, after the nonsense book that Ibrahim Babangida wrote, it came to everybody's eye that it is actually true that these people had no hand in that war. Prophecy coming to pass. This man said that Buhari is a max, he is not royal or something like that. Now there is a question you need to ask yourself. Since Buhari left administration, where is Buhari? No press statement, no press release, no Buhari visited this person, no visit, no nothing. Buhari went ghost. Ask in the comment section, where is Buhari? Number 5, even when people does not know who is Tinubu, he said it that Buhari will take Tinubu on his hand and make him president in this country. He said that Peter Obi should go and sit down because he's never going to win election in this country. Did it happen like that or not? Prophecy coming to pass. Number 6, he said that Fulani is not your brother and is not your friend. My Arab brothers were saying Fulani is their brother, a lot of those. But it is clear to everybody's eyes now that Fulani is men, but they are not your brothers. They are not your friend. Prophecy coming to pass. Number 7, which is greatest of them all, that is getting me scared now, is this man said that Tinubu will destroy this country. He said that Tinubu will destroy this country. It's in Tinubu administration that there was mass striking because there's no money to pay transport, no money to buy fuel. And Tinubu did not say anything. 2, the price is multiplied by 10. Tinubu is not doing anything. Number 3, people do 30 days run challenge that put the whole internet space on fire. Tinubu did not say anything. Number 4, people trooped out in mass numbers everywhere. Hunger protests. We are hungry. We are starving. Tinubu did not say or do anything. Number 5, they will buy 50 people here, buy 100 people here and Tinubu will enter his private jet and go to Paris. Number 6, it is in Tinubu's administration that the same Boko Haram that has brought us in this mess, they are being rehabilitated and some of them allegedly recruited back into our military. Number 7, it is on Tinubu's administration that these Boko Haram are not only attacking the civilian, they are now attacking our military bases, making away with our pawns. Tinubu will not say anything. Number 8, now Tinubu is calling ceasefire between Israel and Iran. You won't kill us for this country. That thing that man said that Tinubu will destroy this country, we are very close to it like this. Very, very close. Because now Boko Haram is attacking our military bases, buying our soldiers, carrying all our weapons. And the same Boko Haram are being rehabilitated and recruited back into the military. Any day that Boko Haram conquers the military system in Nigeria, it is done. That prophecy will come to pass. It is done. In my next video, I'm going to mention 3 important things. Number 1 is the reason why this man, Nnamdi Kanu, is still in detention up to today. And number 2, I will tell you people why the whole tribe, both Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, everybody in Nigeria should put hands together and bring this man out. And number 3, I will tell you people what VDM he himself should do before it is too late. Peace and love. I'm coming.
So my people, you guys listen to what he has to say concerning what Nnamdi Kanu said. Every prophecy that Nnamdi Kanu said is now coming to pass, just like I told you guys. Everything he said right from beginning. Even when he started talking about the Fulani people trying to take over Hausa land, now it has happened. They are now attacking Hausa people. Even in the Yoruba side, they're now attacking Yoruba people. So you see, everything that Nnamdi Kanu has been saying is not coming to pass.
Please, people should leave the governor alone. He is powerless. He can't do anything. Tinubu should do his responsibility and stop shipping it to other people. When Wike and Fubara were quarreling in River, did anybody tell Tinubu to impose state of emergency? Why didn't Tinubu say, Fubara, okay, go and look into that matter, settle it. Even when the man was trying to settle the matter, Tinubu wouldn't have it. Now look at what's going on in Benue. And he's now calling on the governor. Look at hypocrisy here. Moses, look at with all this performance of Tinubu, I can no longer believe that the federal government hand is not what's going on in Benue State, and in fact, in all over the country. I am telling you, nobody can exonerate the federal government from Buhari to Tinubu. It's like there is something they entered into, and that it will not be far from bloodbath. How can the federal government just be looking? Don't terrorists from other countries, not even Nigerians, because they have confirmed that these people are not Nigerians. So, what is your own government doing, for God's sake? Barrister, those who didn't know what happened in 1967, right. Look at it happen. Look at it now. Look at it, stand out in the face.
Barrister, I like the fact that you mentioned Buhari in this thing. So practically, it's more like what started from the Buhari era is continuing.
I'm telling you, yes.
So there is no break. But let's go back to the purported statement put out by the president himself, because it's coming from an official bat. And it says, I have been briefed on the senseless bloodletting in Benue State. And it goes on to say, enough is enough. Enough is enough means this is not the first time that the president is getting to hear about it.
You have said it several.
And he also says, I have directed the security agencies to act decisively, arrest perpetrators of this evil act on all sides of the conflict.
Good.
So the president clearly understands that there is an ongoing conflict based on the statement put out here, except of the statement. Barrister, does it look like the president is hamstrung and that he's buck passing? He's trying to scapegoat the governor.
No.
Does it look like, because if we understand that this thing started from the Buhari regime, and well, he said that he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped.
Exactly.
So does it look like his hands are tied? Because we see this thing happen from a particular group of people, and we all know what is going on now. They gang up against the president. Is he trying to play ball? Are we back to the Jonathan era and all of this? Barrister, can you help us untie some of these contradictions?
Yes, what I can read for what is going on is that there is a secrecy around this thing. This woman bloodbath, there is a secrecy around it. I don't know whether it is an oath or whatever that a government will allow the people to be slaughtered like this on several occasions, only for them to make statements. Can you compare what is going on in Benue and what happened in River that he imposed the state of emergency?
No, Barrister.
Those people that supported those state of emergency, where are they now? Where are they?
No, Barrister, I would like to get your opinion on this one. We're talking about reconciliation on this state. What is even there to reconcile? Nigeria as a nation, we have not have any reason to say that cattle rallying now is a major source of revenue generation in this country. We haven't heard anything about that, and we don't know whether is cattle rallying now a national business that now generates revenue for us, that we have to find a way to give lands to cattle rallying.
Remember,
what are we reconciling?
Please remember that Tinubu said he will settle this matter, and he created a cattle ranch or whatever. Even created a ministry headed by Jega. Is that not true? Please, my people, what happened to that ministry that Tinubu created? I told you here when he said that, I said, this thing will not resolve this matter, because that is not the core of the matter. There is something these people are looking for. It's not your ranch. I said it here, Because people say, you don't only believe in Tinubu, you don't believe in AP, I know these people, they are playing pranks with us. There is no sincerity in whatever they are doing. What happened to that thing that Tinubu created to settle this matter? He's not even talking about it again. And when he did that, I told everybody who cared to listen that this will not solve the problem. Tinubu and Buhari knows what they did. They know what they are doing. This bloodbath cannot be for nothing. They should explain to us why they should allow Nigerian blood to be wasted in this manner. They should tell us. Because I don't see why this should continue from where Buhari stopped to where Tinubu is now. Right. And you say you have a president who will always come and tell us, we have already stopped insecurity, we have depleted Boko Haram, this and that.
All right,
and you know, just lip service. Look, I have said it here. Anybody who didn't know what happened in 1967 that caused the war, look at it now.
Okay, Barrister.
Look at it. After all, Babangida said it in his book that when Gowon could not stop the killing of the Igbos, that was what caused the war, the Biafran war. Look at it happening again. Look at it happening again. How can you continue to massacre people in this manner and you want them to fall down? The day these people rise up now, you will see. The narrative will change.
Let me bring it to you now, Mr. Akinfatinke. We learned that the persons who were protesting the killings in their state, the fact that their brothers, their sisters, their children, their wives are being killed, were being dispersed using tear gas and all that. And one of the reasons for that was that they told them that they should go back to their homes, that everything is under control, saying that the IG is now on top of this particular case, and the governor of the state, Alia himself, have provided the security personnel with all that they needed, including logistics and everything. Like my colleague Moses rightly pointed out, we learned also that The Chief of Army Staff said he's moving his base to Benue State to help end the issue of killings that is happening in that state. Now, the Pope have talked about this killing. Alias said it's more like genocide. Some persons also have come up to say that this is more like ethnic cleansing. Some people are trying to take over the land belonging to, Nigerians, and no one is doing anything or doing more enough to make sure it's being curbed. Nigeria is moving already to that particular position where everybody is scared of becoming a country of particular concern, CPC. If this actually happened, Mr. Akin, where are we going to find ourselves? Remember that we're still seeking for foreign direct investment and all that, especially in this present administration. It's also more of our mantra. Where then lies Nigeria in the international space?
I think it's a woeful outlook, no doubt about that. And like I said, complete failure of government. I will not box myself into limiting this to Buhari, Tinubu. I think it's gone beyond Buhari, Tinubu. We've had slaughters, we've had this in governments before, in regimes before these two gentlemen. It's not taking them out of it. I think I will always remember my history when I keep on saying that part of our problems is that we are different in all respects, and that we've not been able to resolve the leadership question. I remember Gumi, the father of the Gumi that we all know at this particular time, had vowed at one point in time through their quote-unquote jihadists that they were going to take the Quran from the Sahel in the north of Nigeria.
So guys, to be honest, the Benue State governor is actually powerless. Yes, the Benue State governor is actually powerless. The person that should even be looking forward, to help Benue people is the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In this case, the man is powerless. The man doesn't know what to do at this point. At this point, the man doesn't know what to do. So it's the president that should be even be sending help. The fact that the president told him to go and make peace with the headers is something that many Nigerians are even asking. So he's even supporting that they should go and reconcile with the headers, instead of him to say, let the armies or let the police go and track these people and find them. And our president is saying that he should go and make peace with the headers. You can imagine. If you go and make peace with it. So he is supporting the fact that, these people are launching an attack in Benue State. The more you keep making peace with these people, the more they keep launching attack. So any day you don't give them what they want, they will still keep launching attacks. So it's better to track these people and find them than them saying let them go and make peace. A lot of things is happening in Nigeria, and many Nigerians are tired. That's why they want separation. The Igbos have already said that they want to stay on their own. They don't like everything going on in Nigeria. The insecurity, the ethnic bias, the way they are even sidelining Igbos when it comes to any political thing in this country. Many Nigerians are saying they don't want it. Especially the Igbos are saying they don't want, so they want to stay on their own. They want to go and have their own nations. That's the why you see that many of the Igbos are saying supporting Nnamdi Kanu for what will happen, because they know that once this man gets released, definitely Igbos will get Biafra, Igbos will get their own nation. I saw a video online where a Yoruba man and an Hausa man was saying that if Igbos separate today, that they're going to join Igbos because they found out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is someone who wants to liberate Nigeria. They've already seen that Igbos are the best. So they said that if Igbos separate today, that they're going to join Igbos. That is what the man was saying. And this man was a Yoruba man that was saying this. He was saying that if Igbos decide to go on their own today, that he's going to gladly join the Igbos. Anyway guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below, and also if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, and also don't forget to turn on the notification button to be getting all the latest news in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next live section.